Hey guys, what's up? If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Indigo, and today, while I drink myself some tea, I'm going to tell you why you are not who you think you are. And this has been for me coming up a lot recently because I realized, I say that so much, I realize, but I've been sitting with a lot of things lately. Um, I'm at the end of a very long cycle in my life, and there have just been so many lessons that I have been trying to unpack and integrate into who I am now. And one of them, hold on, because I forgot to turn this music off. But one of the lessons that I have been trying to integrate for the longest is that I'm doing better than I think I am. Let's just talk about how this all came about because it definitely really hit for me, really hit home that I am doing a lot better than I thought last week. So, mini story time. As you guys may or may not know, my truck is down, and because of that, I've had to alter how I make money. And so my aunt, she is signed up with this temp service here where we stay. And so I said, okay, well, I'll sign up, do a couple of jobs, try and bring in some money so that I can maintain my bills and also, well, the few that I have, but maintain those and then, get the money for the parts that I need so that we can rebuild my engine. And so I took a job last week, and a one-day job ended up turning into 4. And I want to say on the second day of this job, what the heck was that? I'm sorry. Y'all probably, I don't know if you heard that, but there's this really big noise. Anyway, on the second day of this job, there was a guy who came in, and he was a chatterer. Yeah, we were on lunch, and this man, when I say just kept talking at me, I was doing everything in my power to give dry, uninterested, single word answers, and he was just not catching the hint that I didn't want to talk to him, and I know I could have just said, oh, I don't want to talk to you, can I please just enjoy my lunch? But I'm still coming out of my people-pleasing ways, and I don't know how to say things like that in the moment without it coming off mean. So, I just let him continue to talk at me or whatever. And it got to the point where he's asking me about my hobbies, and I mentioned that, I'm rebuilding my truck with my uncle. And well, I didn't say with my uncle at first. I said, I'm fixing up the engine on my truck right now. He was asking me different things about it. And I told him, yeah, I'm doing this. And then, me and my uncle were doing this right now. And, he heard uncle, and, that was his cue to say, oh, so you're not actually doing the work. Your uncle's doing all the work and you're just sitting here watching. No, that's not what's happening. Me and my uncle are doing the work together. A lot of the work, he'll tell me what to do and I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? There are things that I can't do because I'm not strong enough, or, I recognize that these are heavy car parts. I recognize I'm a girl. I recognize that. So there are some things he will, pick up for me or do for me because I'm not strong enough, or, he was a master mechanic. So he knows where these things are, and it's easier for him to do them than to show me exactly. Now, that's not to say we don't go back and talk about them, because we absolutely do, so that when I do go back and I'll have these issues, or if I have these issues in the future, I'll know how to do them. And 9 times out of 10, he'll take it off and I'll be the one to put it back on. So I'm trying to explain to him this work dynamic that me and my uncle have, and he's just not buying it. In his mind, my uncle does all of the work, and I just sit there and watch. And I should have picked up on the fact that he was having some internal issues within himself early in the conversation, because he made this statement when I told him, that I'm an actor, that, oh, so is this just a persona that you're putting on right now? Like, are you acting in this moment? And I said, no, I'm not. And then there's this look that he gave me, but then he just, he kept going on and firing off his questions. And what I got from the entirety of this situation is that everything that I'm telling him about myself is outlandish, it's grand, it's amazing, and to him it's probably flabbergasting. And so he felt the need to try and bring me down a peg to make it easier, or make me easier to digest. When I tell y'all, I have never had that happen to me in my face. I know of people doing it behind my back, you know what I'm saying? But to have somebody literally try and cut me down in my face was a new level for me. And at the time, I'm not going to even lie, like, I was upset about it, because I'm telling you who I am. Like, I don't know you from a can of paint. What do I have to lie for? What do I have to lie for, And I think, like, it rattled me a little bit. But I ended up talking to my mom about it, and she was like, why are you letting this man get under your skin? And I couldn't understand what it was until, a little bit later. And it's the fact that this person has low self-esteem, and rather than them trying to accept, or to see themselves for who they are and see the issues that lie with them, they would rather project their low sense of identity onto me and try and bring me down a peg to make it seem like the things that I'm doing are not up to par. Baby, that's a problem with them and not me. And that, like, I really had never had it done so blatantly to me. And that just let me know, like, baby girl, you are out here, you're really doing the thing. And I think that is like the crux of why and how I know I am not who I think I am. One thing that I was taught in Christianity was there was a lot of, I won't even say one thing, there was just a lot of minimization that happened. Minimizing who I am as a person, all of my abilities, all of my capabilities. Like, one thing I remember hearing all the time in the church was, we're nothing without God. God does X, Y, Z. You're just allowed to exist because God lets you. All these different things. And so there were all these ways in which I was taught from a very, very young age to minimize myself and to never take credit for the things that it is that I do, really, because it's not me that's doing these things, it's somebody else working through me to do them. Bullshit, okay? I'm the one who's doing the work. I am the one who is going out and learning these things. I'm the one who's taking the action necessary to, become this person. I'm seeing all of these things within myself that aren't necessarily good, and or how I express myself in this world isn't necessarily the best. And so I'm doing what's necessary to change that. Baby, I am amazing, and to like have it told to me in such a way that I have somebody trying to minimize me in my face, man, you can't tell me nothing. And I know, like, this is probably like a really, really crazy example or a crazy way to come to this realization, but I think for me, like, it had to happen because, like I said, I have a really bad habit of overlooking where exactly that I am, because I still notice all of the flaws. The world has done a really, really good job of making it easy to focus on the negatives and to focus on everything that we are not, what we don't have, the places that we have yet to go, the things that we have yet to do, people we have yet to meet, situations and circumstances in which we have yet to actually, grab a hold of. Like, it's so easy to focus on the negative, and in this world of technology, or in this age of technology, I should say, it doesn't make it any easier, especially with social media. Like, you look on all these different pages and you have all these people who are flexing all of these grand and lavish things, and so you might feel like you are behind in life, and like you are less than. I know for a long time I did, and I still have bouts where I will, drop into that, because I see the lives in which a lot of the people around me, or people that I used to know, lead, and I'm nowhere near that. But when I think about all of the self-development that I have, when I think about the different life lessons that I've learned, when I examine all of the ways in which I have gotten to expand myself, can I really be upset that I didn't take the straight and narrow path towards, or can I really be mad at myself for not taking the singular or the quickest route to where it is that I'm trying to go? No, I took the scenic route, baby. I stopped and I had coffee on the way to my destination. I stopped and saw the Grand Canyon, to becoming my best version. Like, I did a lot of work around where it is that I'm trying to go, so that when I do get to where it is that I am trying to get to, finally, I will really be comfortable and confident and grounded and set in who I am. And for that very reason, and the fact that I did not allow this man to diminish me in my face, like I probably would have in the past. Like, in the past, I would have just rolled over and taken whatever that it was that he was telling me, even though deep down in my heart I knew it wasn't true. I would have just been like, whatever, because I try not to be confrontational. Now, absolutely not. Like, I stood up for myself and I told him, no, you're not going to project onto me what it is, or what your lack of self-worth, you're not going to project that onto me. Even, the next day, I ended up having a conversation with this guy, and he kept asking me, what I thought about him. I didn't want to tell him because, again, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm saying, not that I care about hurting anybody's feelings, but I feel like you should never, to me, I feel like I shouldn't be putting my opinions out there, because what I think about you doesn't matter. But he insisted that I tell him, and I told him. And, everything that I was feeling deep down in my spirit about him, he confirmed. When I told him, I see X, Y, and Z, and he was like, you know what, you're right. He did try and later come back and clean it up, but it was too late. You already admitted it. You already said, like, this is where you are, so I already see you. But, yeah, I say all of that to say, like, we are not who we think we are. I forgot to say this earlier. Hold on. I forgot to say this, but another way that I really got to see that I'm not where I think I am is that there were a lot of people on this work site. Like, a lot of people came and went in the 4 days that I was there. And so I met somebody new every single day, and every single day I was having to talk about myself a little bit, because people were asking questions, and I'm telling them my answers and all these things, and just to see the way in which their eyes light up when I'm telling them these things about me and all that I've done, it's like, it was a little bit of a I don't want to call it an ego boost, because it wasn't really an ego boost, but it was just a little bit of validation for me personally, that even though my life doesn't look like I would like it to look, to somebody else, everything that I have accomplished is still grand. There's still so much beauty in what it is that I have already done. And just the fact that I have done these particular things, imagine what beauty will exist when I step even further down this path and really start, doing stuff. Like, mind you, like I said, to me, I haven't even scratched the surface on things that I have wanted to do. But the way in which these people regarded me after hearing the little bit that I told them about what I've done and everything like that, is just, there's always going to be somebody who looks on you with a beauty that you don't see. And I think we have to open ourselves up to that experience, to being able to experience ourselves from the eyes of another, because it gives you a brand new perspective on who you are, and it helps you to see yourself a little bit differently. I won't even say I think, there are, I would say, 3 versions of who we are. And everybody has this. Hold on. There are 3 versions of who we are. There's who we think we are, which is oftentimes a very pessimistic version of ourselves. There's who other people think we are, who to an extent can be a bit of an exaggerated view of us. And then the 3rd version of us is the truest version of ourselves. And that version lies somewhere between the two. You know, it lies somewhere between who we think we are and who other people think we are. That therein lies the truth of ourselves. And it just takes a matter of trying to, or I should say it's just a matter of us trying to center in on that truest version and allow that to be where we lead our life from. Yeah. And we are doing a hell of a lot better than we can see. So, and it's not until you get the little tests like that, because that was definitely a test, but it's not until you get the little tests that you can really see exactly how far you come and the areas in which you might still need improvement, but the ways in which you have already improved. And you can acknowledge that. Like, it's okay to acknowledge the little wins, even if you might stumble on the way to that win or in the midst of that trial. A win is a win, baby. Okay? A win is a win. And in that situation, I won because I did not let him diminish me. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Whatever little ways you might be being tested, whatever little ways you might be being shown that, hey, or whatever little ways opportunities are popping up for you to see yourself in a higher light, from a better space and from a better place, I'm going to encourage you to take those opportunities, because I promise you, we are not at all who we think we are. More often than not, we are a lot better than we think we are, especially if you've been doing the internal work necessary to evolve and to change and to grow. Now it's just a matter of us accepting that and really growing into that and being comfortable with this higher version of ourselves. You know, I feel like this is always going to be a thing. And so as long as it's always going to be a thing for us to grow and to be better. You're always going to have lessons and moments where you stumble, sure. But as long as you can acknowledge and getting comfortable with acknowledging, like, hey, this was a win for me. Hey, I really was amazing at this point. Like, hey, I'm doing a whole lot better than I think I am. As long as, you know, you have the grace with yourself to do that, you're going to be Gucci. Like, you're going to be okay. All right? So I thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me for a few minutes. This is a little bit shorter of a video, but you're doing better than you think you are. You're not who you think you are. 9 times out of 10, you're better. And I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm sending you all tons of love. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you would like to see more content like this from me, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, just hit the thumbs up first of all, and then subscribe to see more content from me. You can follow me on social media. I post semi-regularly. I'll have all that linked down below. I also have a business. It's a small skincare brand with 1 product, but my product is bomb, so you should check me out. I will have that Etsy shop linked down below. And that is all the things. So I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day or night whenever you choose to watch this, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. you.